Hi, my name is C. Winston Taylor, and I'm here to talk about my painting of Ramesses II, which is being featured on this month's cover of the Upper Room. I'll also be talking about some of my other work, like biblical art, including movie art and portraits.
All right, your work spans some pretty different themes. What makes them common?
I like to paint history, and it's kind of hard to find an exact replica of what I'm painting. So I get to have an artistic license to pick the things I want to illustrate and to rearrange them the way I want.
All right, and are there something other than the job that draws you to these?
Well, of course, I love my job. Everybody has to have a job, but isn't it nice that God gave me a gift that I can do it? And I also like to build things and fix people's stuff.
Alrighty, and what are your favorite things to paint?
Well, likenesses of people's faces are one of my favorite things, and that has to do with movie art. So this is was a magazine illustration. I like to do things like Lost and Found, so his hair is in the background, and I like to use white space because that's his shoulder, but this is also where the type goes, and it's a double page spread in a magazine. I like to do montage because I can put in more action. And here's a movie I did for A Man Called Horse. So you get to do broken space. So, I kind of make a design out of sort of a triangle, and I like to do Richard Harris. And it's a likeness of him, and I like faces.
Okay, and who are some of your favorite artists?
Well, of course, the old guys like Gustav Klimt and Degas and Toulouse-Lautrec. When he was 25, was really very realistic. Later on, he became more abstract or more printerly. But today's artists are there's an artist at the Western Art Museum, the Heritage Art Museum, that is really very good. His name is Howard Turpin. He got $1 million for his last painting there. And my favorite painter is, because he's an illustrator, is Robert Peake. And I really like his work. He's a favorite guy.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite of mine.
Mm-hmm. And where did your awareness of Bible stories come from?
Well, when I was a kid, I was raised in a Methodist church. My parents read the Upper Room, but I fell away, and I didn't come back to Christ until May of 1995 when I was born again Christian, and I went to the Promise Keepers Convention in Los Angeles, and also God helped me quit smoking, so thank you.
Okay, and if you could switch back to the painting of Ramesses, talk about the clothing and the chariot and the horses. What kind of research period styles did you go to for this piece?
Well, Ramesses they drew very good information inside the pyramids. So I just took that information and put them in three-dimensional perspective. So all of these things like the kings, all of these things that are in here are very, very accurate. The webbing and these are very fast chariots, and the Persians later on changed them to slower and bigger and more bulky. But I got to draw the idea of Ramesses being on top of a mountain looking at Moses parting the Red Sea. So that's my version of what he was doing. So no, there's never going to be a piece of art that looks like this, or a piece of scrap that you can find that's been a photograph. There's no photographs.
All right, I see you have a portrait of Moses, and along with this painting of Ramesses. Were these done for a particular periodical or a presentation?
Well, I painted these paintings for the Worldwide Church, a Worldwide Church in Pasadena, and I did about 50 paintings for them of Revelations and Moses and a lot of different aspects of the Bible. So I got to, I guess that's another question. I got to do a sketch, in my head of what I thought it should be when Moses was put on Mount Moab, Nemo, and right before he died, he gave Joshua, blessed Joshua, and gave him his staff and his cloak, and Caleb. They went into the promised land, but Moses didn't get to go. These guys crossed the Jordan, so it was supposed to be pretty accurate painting. I got help from the scrap from the client.
Right, and a piece like this and your Ramesses painting, how long does it take to complete?
It takes about a month to do a good painting from beginning to end.
About a month, okay. And as a working illustrator, do you work on more than one at a time?
I have about 3 or 4 paintings in the works. Some of them, I have 2 for the Air Force right now. I kind of have the idea in my head. I've made the size, and I've got a canvas ready to go. I'm painting my sister that I love, and it's taken me a long time to paint her. But yeah, I do mostly one painting, but I still have things in the back burner.
Mm-hmm. And finally, if you could illustrate one biblical story, which would that be?
I used to think that I would like to paint Revelation, but it's really difficult. I painted, like I said, 50 paintings for this Worldwide Church, but now I want to just concentrate on doing my family and occasionally doing a piece of art for the Air Force, because they honor me and they am in the Pentagon, and I love to do it for them. They send me on a trip, and I get to research it.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, wonderful. Thank you for this opportunity to show your work, and I hope the subscribers enjoy it.
Thank you. God bless you all. Thanks.
Thank you.